Like tons of crazy games. Hide and seek was a big one, you know. I hated though because like every time I would hide, like I'd be a pretty good hider, but then after a while I guess people like didn't feel the need to keep looking for me when they couldn't find me, so they'd just leave me and they'd like start a new game and they'd be like, oh, Emerson must have left. Hello? No, I was just still hiding. But then usually where I'd hide would be like a small little corner somewhere. Every time that I would hide, I would need to pee. So I'm not gonna lie, there were times where I peed on myself. Another game that we played was a version of helping tag. You know, because there's several versions. There's TV tag. We would play that a lot. Where like, you know, if someone's coming to tag you, but you get on the floor and you say like the name of a TV show, like that's kind of like that's base, and so you can't get caught. But like one version of helping tag was we called it AIDS. And with that game, the concept is there is one person that has AIDS, and then that person touches other people. Topic. And then once you touch the other person, that person has AIDS, and then they help you infect everyone else. So that was one of our games. Oh, there were times where I remember I felt personally responsible. My brother broke his arm, I don't know how many times. He got stitches, I don't know how many times. But I definitely remember one time where I was coloring. I guess they put a dresser in the back. In like the back porch, there was a dresser, and that would be like where I would color. I don't know. So at one point, I was in the back, and I told Kiko, he asked if it would be okay if he hid behind the door that was like being kind of blocked by the dresser. So my brother was it, and Kiko was there, but I guess Kiko felt nervous, like he was about to get caught. So he pushed the door to like escape, but my brother's hand was like right there where like the glass panel was. So as he pushed the door, my brother's hand went right through the glass. I felt personally responsible for my brother's pain and bleeding that day. I felt like that was my fault. It wasn't. He blamed Kiko. He didn't blame me, but I kind of knew. If I hadn't told Kiko to play and to hide there, then whatever. The fence. Whenever we would play games with like a ball and it would go over, I was like the person who was traditionally called to go get the ball, but like go get the ball in such a way that like, because my hands were always so little, still are, but they were always just so little, they could like contort in some kind of way that like I could make it through the fence and then grab the ball and somehow either like keep doing it all the way up until I could throw it over somehow. But like, so anyways, that was a thing. That I do remember our neighbors at one point, I guess, were getting so sick of the balls going over the fence that they like extended their fences higher, and that really didn't help much, other than it was a lot harder to get the stuff back from the neighbors, but you know, the balls would still go over.